What's up, y'all? What's up? What's going on? What's going on, everybody? We're going to let everybody get in here as usual. And then we're going to start talking about this slate. What's up, Matthew? What's going on? Hopefully everybody's doing good on the early slate. Hey, what's up, man? Sturge, what's up? What's going on, y'all? Brandon, what's up, man? Freddie, what's up? We're going to let everybody get in here, and then we're going to get into it. Got some weather problems tonight, it looks like, yes. For sure. Been crushing it since you started the live videos. That's what's up, Tom. That's what's up. I'm going to try to, Monday through Friday at least, I'm going to make sure that I do live videos with you guys. What's good, Kim? What's up, Kim, man? Jose, what's up? R. Salas, what's up? All right, so we'll give it a few more minutes, all right? Lots of weather today, yes. That will be the first thing we'll look into, all right? First thing we'll look at is weather because we do have a lot of weather issues. For sure. I was just in there smashing a burrito just now and realized what time it was. I had to stop halfway through my burrito to come go live with you guys, so you know I fucking love you. Drop a like down below if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. We're going to get right into talking about weather for tonight's slate as soon as y'all get in here. We got, 35 people in here as of right now? We'll give y'all a second, and then we'll start going ahead and get into it, all right? We're going to get on the weather in just a minute. Matter of fact, fuck it. When they get here, they can ask me questions. All right, y'all ready? All right. So weather for today. We have issues in New York. There's a flash flood watch. I'm hearing that it doesn't seem too bad. They should be able to play. There's a good chance of a delay though. So maybe don't play pitching in that, which I don't know if you were interested in pitching in that game anyways. You had Chirinos on one side and Herman on the other. But pitching is definitely a little bit risky because there is a chance for a delay. With Philly, that is the game we're interested in. We definitely want some Dodgers, definitely want Philly, a little bit of some Philly. There's a flash flood watch there as well. It looks like the worst part of it's going to be till later, so in the beginning it's going to be fine. I think they play. The delay risk though, so pitching is not safe. More likely with the Baltimore game, it's looking, once again, it's not looking like we have many. Boston is a real issue for postponement. Other than that, I think the rest of them are fine to go. So we're going to talk about the games like they're going to go. When it comes to pitching, we don't want any Baltimore-Washington pitching anyways. We don't want Tampa Bay, New York pitching anyways. We don't want Dodgers-Philly, not really. Oh, I just rhymed that shit. I just realized that. But Boston game is really the main one. So no Eduardo. Don't play that because there's a good chance that one gets postponed. And that's a big one because that was the highest Vegas total of the day. Definitely have to keep an eye on the Boston game, though. But it's looking like it could definitely be an issue. And then when it comes to good hitting spots, Texas is super hot, super humid, regular day for Texas bats. You want to play bats in Arlington. And then Chicago and Kansas City is amazing. You got the wind blowing out to left at 10 miles per hour, which is going to be a bump for the right-handed bats, lefties too. It's just amazing, hot and humid in Kansas City as well. So definitely want some Kansas City White Sox in GPP. I'm definitely liking them. A lot of people aren't talking about that stat, but I definitely love that. What's up, Cam? Philly is like Texas weather today. What's going on, Cam? Shay, what's up? Neil, what's up? Favorite low-owned home run bomb. We'll get into home run predictions in a second. Killer Cam, what's good? What's good, new addition? Cleveland stack. Yeah, I like Cleveland. What's good, bro? Luke, what's up? All right, Dave Jones. I'm catching up on the what's ups. Dave Jones, what's up? J Piz, what's up? Okay. AJ Jones, I like Abreu at 4-2. I do too. I definitely like Abreu at 4-2 going against Duffy. Righty-lefty matchup. He crushes lefties. So, yeah, I love Abreu. And like I said, the White Sox, Kansas City, stack both those teams in GPP. I think that could turn out really good. I think they're going to go lower owned than maybe they should. With cores off of this slate, you can go anywhere you want. So you don't feel like you got to go specific spots. You can go with whatever you want. And kind of, the games that really stick out to me is honestly the Kansas City and White Sox game really sticks out to me as one that I really want exposure to. The crazy part is Vegas doesn't really agree. You got Kansas City at a 5.6, which isn't bad, but compared to the other teams, it's not good. White Sox at a 5. So they're definitely projecting that game to go lower than I'm thinking it's going to go. I think it's going to go over 6. I think both teams should score over 6 runs. I think that's going to be a good game to get exposure to, especially with the pricing in that game too. What weather issue games will you be avoiding? Oh, yeah, what's up? Boston. Boston is one that's really risky. You got to keep an eye on that. Sparkman call was Liddy. Yeah, Sparkman ended up turned up. I had him in my favorite on Greenlight DFS and then decided, you know what? I'm going to make him as like the GPP / version of the favorite. So everybody who used that fucking dominated. The favorite dominated yesterday. I made my video last night pissed off because I was like, damn, again, people don't want to fucking hit. I lost again. But that is not the case. We dominated last night. Actually came back from being out to jumping in as I was recording the video. We came back. It was great. I'm thinking of some Cleveland bets maybe. Yeah, Cleveland for sure, Matthew. Yo, Cam, what do you think about Chris Paddock versus Miami today? I think that he's a low-owned version. I think Clevenger is the main guy. I'm still on Clevenger and my Miami boy that I was on from the video. Okay, I'm still on those two guys. Kipnis 3.6 is crazy, like Abel for some reason. Yeah, Kipnis is a very good price with that matchup that he has for sure. I'm liking the Dodgers stack. Yeah, Dylan, we talked about that before a second ago. I mentioned the Dodgers. I really like them. They went up from a 5.9 to a 6.3 so far today. So yeah, they're interesting. Them in Washington is interesting once again as well. Bad pitchers for this Baltimore team every day. You always want to stack against Baltimore because they suck, especially in Baltimore. Hitter-friendly ballpark. Cleveland's run total has actually gone down from a 5.9 to a 5.8. I don't worry about that too much. Turnbull is going to struggle versus Cleveland. I prefer some Dodgers. I might even slightly prefer that Kansas City side. Nova has been horrible. And they're definitely going to go lower owned. So if you want to pivot off of like the Cleveland Dodgers, Royals. For sure, Royals. I think the Yankees are going a little under owned tonight for sure. Chirinos isn't bad though, so I'm not putting all my eggs into that basket. I definitely still prefer the Royals. The biggest line movers of the day was Baltimore. Baltimore went up from a 4.3 to a 5. That's a solid jump for Baltimore. You can kind of understand why going against Fetty. Let's break down Fetty a little bit, the pitcher for Washington. All right. Now, Fetty gives up everything to lefties, okay? Lefties do very, very well versus him. So you got a cheap Chris Davis. You got Wilkerson who will bet from the left side, Ruiz. All of them at the bottom of the order. Villar leading off is interesting. Cisco is interesting. He does not strike right-handers out. He has a 9% K rate versus righties, but he limits the hard contact to righties. Okay, he doesn't have much of a WOBA or an ISO versus right-handed bats, but he doesn't strike them out. Okay, he also doesn't strike lefties out, only 18%, and gives up a ton of power. Hard contact to lefties big time. You want some lefties against this dude. So yeah, I can kind of understand the Vegas line going up. Pete Alonso, kid is great. Yeah, man. Pete Alonso, he's the man. I had him on my FanDuel line. Did he home run or something? All right, Vertigo not in the lineup. Yep, had him in FanDuel. FanDuel is smashing. How is weather in Philly? Okay, the weather looks like it's fine. There's probably going to be a delay, but it's not going to be postponed or nothing like that. I like the Royals with their stolen base upside as well. All right, let me take a look at how the stolen base potential is looking for them. Okay, so Nova's kind of middle of the road when it comes to giving up stolen bases. So, yeah, I think it'll be fine. You know who gives up stolen bases is Fetty. Pitcher for Washington. Jonathan Villar is very interesting. The dude's got 52 stolen bases going against a guy who gives up stolen bases. So Villar's definitely interesting GPPs. He's not going to have any ownership. But Villar, he's a lefty going against Fetty. Fetty gives up power. He could hit a home run. He could steal some bases. He could have a big game today. How about Sparkman last night? Yeah, Sparkman went off for the live show, folks. Favorite spin down catcher option. Okay, so when it comes to catcher today, shit, my bad. When it comes to catcher, I like Andrew Knapp for Philly. I kind of like this Philly team. Maeda gives up some hard contact to lefties, and Knapp will be hitting lefty in this game. I mean, really, there's multiple options you can go. You have Wellington Castillo that seems kind of lowish price at 3-1. Righty-lefty matchup, batting 6th in that Chicago-Kansas City game that I mentioned that I like. Russell Martin's in the lineup for the Dodgers, batting 8th at 3-1. But Andrew Knapp, if you want to spend way, way down, Andrew Knapp at 2-1 or Luke Maile at batting 9th, righty-lefty matchup against Rodriguez. I like McCann for 4-1. If you want to spend up for catcher, that's fine. May have answered this, but favorite mid-low priced pitcher is still my boy Trevor. Okay, my favorite mid-tier pitcher is still Trevor Richards. Clevenger and Richards are still my pitchers, guys. Nothing's changed from the thing. Anthony, what's up, bro? Nads, Dodgers, Indians, or Royals for stats? I love the Royals today. I've been talking about them so far in this live show a lot. I like the Royals. I love the Dodgers. You can't hate on the Indians or Nats. If I had to rank them, I'd probably say Dodgers slightly. Dodgers, Royals, Indians, Nats, because the Nationals' offense tends to disappear sometimes. Drop a like down below if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Who are you liking in Texas? All right, so in the Texas game, the guys that I'm interested in, I mentioned already Joey Gallo is still interesting to me. I mentioned him in the high five video because it's a lefty-lefty matchup, but actually he's not in the lineup, is he? Damn. Joey Gallo's not in the lineup. So if you want some Rangers, it's definitely going to be Hunter Pence. A lot of these guys are kind of priced up, though. So I'm not super interested in stacking up that game, but you got Delino DeShields batting second, righty-lefty. That's fine. Obviously, the main guys you want DeShields, Chu, Danny Santana, and Pence. Those are the main dudes, and obviously Andrews. Mondesi is out, so that's one of the stolen base guys out for Kansas City. I like some White Sox bats tonight versus Duffy and wind blowing out to left. Yeah, so I talked about that in the beginning. The wind is really good in that Kansas City Royals game. It's probably the best hitting weather on the entire slate, the White Sox and Kansas City game, and neither pitcher is good. Duffy's not good. Fucking Nova's not good. Hunter Dozier is a lock. So let's take a look at that lineup. Let's take a look at the lineup and see. Kansas City's lineup dropped. Let's pull that up and look at that. All right. All right, so we got Kansas City's lineup out. It's going to be Whit Merrifield leading off. You got Chesler Cuthbert batting second. Super interesting right there. He's only 3.7. A lot of these guys, I mean, honestly, the entire lineup is nice. You know who sticks out to me, though? Lucas Duda. Only 2.9, first base, left-handed bat, going against Nova. We know how bad Nova is. Lucas Duda is very interesting to me at first base at that price. Also, the Kansas City catcher, Villoria. Don't know much about the guy, but he's a lefty going against Nova at 2-8. So he's interesting too. Nicky Lopez is definitely in play. I like the prices of this bottom of the order down here. But really, that entire lineup's in play. I mean, the prices are fucking right on. They're good. Let's look at who sticks out in the lineup when it comes to ISO, WOBA, stuff like that. So Kansas City lineup has dropped. Obviously, like I've mentioned a million times in this live so far, Kansas City and Royals is definitely a spot I want exposure to. And mainly because their prices are so good. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to have to get the cheapest ones in the lineup because with Clevenger and Trevor, I mean, you're good. You can spend up some places too. You're not going to have to save the entire fucking lineup. But looking at Kansas City, the main guys that stick out, Soler. All right, Soler batting 5th is a righty masher. He has a 304 ISO. So Soler is definitely a very good home run option in this one. I definitely think he could definitely get a home run in this one. Lucas Duda with the lefty-righty matchup. Hunter Dozier again. So the main guys who stick out when it comes to versus right-handed pitching is Hunter Dozier, Soler, Alex Gordon is good, and Merrifield is good. Duda is just a value play. Lefty-righty matchup. I mean, it doesn't really matter because Nova is so bad versus both hands. He does not strike out guys. Lefties strike out 14% of the time versus him, 16% for righties. He gives up hard contact to both sides. Lefties and righties are in play here. Don't shy away from Kansas City guys because they're righties. All right. Actually, like the last 8 pitchers against the White Sox. Actually, like the last 8 pitchers from the White Sox. I don't know what you're talking about. Junis and Sparkman went over 20 DFS points against the White Sox, though. Maybe Duffy could be a GPP play. If you would like to take the chance, sure. But that wind going out 15 miles per hour, it being hot and humid, I don't know if this is a day where that's going to happen. White Sox have a lot of righties on that offense. Like Abreu could definitely get to him big time. I mean, there's not a whole bunch of guys on that lineup that's scary, but great to see you, Cam. What's up, man? Appreciate it. Dozier is the favorite of mine. Yeah. Would you play a 5-man Royal stack or like 3 to 4? Soler, Dozier are my 2 favorite Kansas City plays. And then for money-wise, I like Duda when it comes to best value on it. So I'd probably go 3 to 4. You don't have to do a 5-man because honestly, with the prices of these Kansas City guys, you can spend up some places too and get the big dogs like Cody Bellinger. You want Bryce Harper at that 4-1 price tag. He's a very good price today. All right, so let's talk about my favorite bats today. All right, so overall, my favorite bats that really stick out to me. I'm not going to talk much about Boston game because I do believe that gets rained out. So I'm not going to get too involved with that as of right now. But AJ Pollock I mentioned in my video, and I want to just reiterate it again because he's only 3-8, batting 5th for one of the best teams on the slate. All right, batting 5th, 3-8. AJ Pollock is a great play. Bryce Harper, once again, I mean, he was in the high 5. It's a lefty-righty matchup. He's in a fantastic spot at only 4-1. Another team that you want exposure to. Philly is a decent option today. They also have some good value here. You got Cesar Hernandez batting near the top of the order. You have what's his name? There was another guy that was in that Philly lineup that I definitely wanted to mention to you guys. Let's look at it real quick. Brad Miller. Brad Miller has some power in that bat. Do not sleep on him. He is a very good money saver, okay? Brad Miller has a 263 ISO versus right-handed pitching. And Maeda struggles versus lefties. So Caesar leading off, Harper and Miller are very interesting plays for the Philly side. Ask away. All your questions, ask away. Whatever you have to ask away. I got you. I'll keep talking about my favorites bats, though. Cody Bellinger, obviously, if you can afford it. Jock Peterson, though, at that price, $1,200 less, leading off lefty-righty against Pivetta. I love him slightly over Bellinger, just with price included. if you have the money, of course. Adam Eaton is interesting for Washington at only 4-1 lefty-righty matchup. Brooks struggles. This Brooks guy for Baltimore, he struggles versus lefties. Hitter-friendly ballpark. A guy that a lot of people might not be on, but his price is good. 4-5, Aaron Judge. Righty-righty matchup against Chirinos. Chirinos is a solid pitcher. I'm not super big on him. There's other guys I kind of prefer. Like, I'd rather spend 100 more on Peterson, to be honest with you. But New York is at home. Chirinos isn't, like, unstoppable. He's a great pitcher, but he's not, like, unstoppable. Astros. Astros are a little bit on my radar, but not too much. I'm not too interested in them. Maybe GPP stacking them would be interesting. Oh, yeah. Kroger, Purified Water, hit me up. Kroger, hit me up, man. Sponsor me. Give me $1 a day. Do you have a different that, if you need to spend up on pitching on FanDuel, make sure you get the pitcher that's not going to get blown up, because pitching is so important over there, because the scoring's so much higher for pitchers over there too. All right, so get your pitcher. Get that one pitcher you definitely want, and then find the value, because FanDuel pricing is really wacky sometimes. You got great hitters, super cheap. You know what I'm saying? So how about Herman? They have a little bit of a delay risk, James, so I don't know about Herman. That bothers me a little bit. Any love for Matt Adams? Of course. Matt Adams is in the high five, isn't he? I think. Yeah. Matt Adams is in the high five. I love Matt Adams. Who do you like outside of Clevenger and Richards? So other pitchers that I would be interested in playing. Those are my two main guys. But somebody who kind of entices me a little bit just because of price. Just kind of like the Sparkman thing yesterday, right? So I talked about Sparkman yesterday. If you really want to save some serious money, Jesse Chavez is not a horrible pitcher by no means. Arizona is not this super high-powered offense either. Issue being is it is in Texas, so it is a risk, just like it was a risk for Sparkman. But Sparkman came through. Chavez, I think, is going to be fine at 4-1. Sparkman's interesting as like a punt value play for GPPs. I wouldn't play him in cash. Don't play him in cash. Other than that, Eduardo Rodriguez, if that Boston game plays, I don't think it will. Chris Paddock is a potential he has anytime he steps out there. He could go crazy here. Okay, I know it's the Angels. He could go crazy. So GPP, spend up for Garrett Cole. Be a little different, 12-5. And then Jesse Chavez, like I mentioned, if you want to spend way, way down. Garrett Cole isn't worth it for me in cash. In GPP, to be different and have his upside that he possesses, for sure. Garrett Cole, for sure. Drop a like down below if you haven't already. We got 60 people in here right now. Drop a like on the video. We should have 60 likes, other than like the 4 people who hate me who are watching me right now. Leave your dislikes and roll the fuck out then. I missed from cashing with my pitcher not playing too much after the delay in the Detroit game. In the 4-3 pitcher went nuts for. We talked about him actually in the live show yesterday. I told you guys that Cleveland pitcher is not safe at all. We talked about it in the live show yesterday. Thoughts on the White Sox bats versus Duffy? Yes. I like White Sox and Royals. I'm fine with both of them. I love them. I think stacking the White Sox will be more of a GPP play because it's going to be very, very low owned. Compared to the Royals, will have more ownership. But Dozier and Soler are my favorite plays from that game in general. And then Abreu on the White Sox side. Yeah. Sup, who's the dingers today? All right, y'all want the home run calls? All right. We got about 6 more minutes of live show, so I'm going to go through the home run calls today, all right? And make sure nothing has changed. All right. So here we go. Home run calls for today. We're going to try to do some cheap guys. I'm going to throw out we're going to do 3 cheap guys. I'm going to guess 3 cheap guys. And then I'm going to do 5 mid-range upper spend guys, okay? I'm not going to do Cody Bellinger and shit because, come on, he's too obvious. If you have the money, play him, yes, whatever. I already put Bellinger in the home run calls in the video. I'm going to give you guys that are not, super obvious. I'm going to try to be a little bit sneakier, all right? All right, let's start it out. Bryce Harper at 4-1 against Kenta Maeda. I think he gets a home run. Soler for Kansas City. I'm calling a dinger for Soler. All right. Maybe even a dinger for Hunter Dozier. Mainly Soler, though. All right. Matt Adams will get him one. All right. Let's get some other mid-ranges guys on here. Matt Adams will get one. Some other guys that aren't super up there. Jose Abreu is going to hit one today. That righty with that wind blowing out to left at 15 miles per hour. I think Abreu gets him one. One more kind of mid-ranges guy, Jock Peterson. And then my boy A.J. Pollock that I've mentioned multiple times. All right, so now let's do some cheap guys. All right, cheap home run calls. Lucas Duda. If he gets a hold on one, he's going to dinger. Chris Davis for Baltimore. Lefty-righty matchup with that wind. Great hitter environment. Chris Davis, I think, gets him one today at 3,000. So, but, I mean, I'd save a few hundred, go Duda. I like the Royals more. Other value that could hit a home run. I'm talking cheap. Like, let's go way down the barrel here. Okay. If the Boston game plays, Vladimir Guerrero is going to put on a home run derby and hit one. I don't know if that game plays, though. And like I've said multiple times, I don't think it does, honestly. It's very iffy. Some other cheap guys. Let's see if we can get another cheap guy. We'll do one more cheap guy. One more cheap guy. There's really not many other guys I'm interested in. To be honest, when it comes to spending way down, I pretty much gave you all of my guys for the savings, and that's about it, man. Abreu or Adams? Abreu, GPP, Adams for cash. What two pitchers you like on the late night slate? One of my biggest weather concerns is Boston. The rest of them should play, but have a delay risk. What was I about to do? Francisca, Brazil. What's up, Francis? I love Brazil. I love Brazilians. So welcome. Didi cheap dinger. Didi could be. Yeah, I like Didi. I like his price. What catcher that's nice but not too expensive? Probably Wellington Castillo. I like Wellington Castillo. He's in that game. He sticks out to me. The Veloria guy for Kansas City, lefty-righty against Nova, is very interesting to me at 2.8. Right now, he's at the top of my list. Veloria is pretty much at the top of my list when it comes to catchers right now. I love the matchup. Nova cannot get lefties out. This guy's only 2.8, and possibly his ownership gets held in check. I'm hoping people sleep on Kansas City today. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping people sleep. Nice watch, bro. Appreciate it. Rondon and Goins. Any bats on the Astros? There's not really many bats I'm interested in on them. Why is Chavez 4-1? No clue. But like I talked about before, I mean, he's a fine play at 4-1 in GPP. I wouldn't play him in cash, but kind of like Sparkman yesterday. Get you a pinky, bro. I have a gold pinky ring somewhere. I don't know where it is. Is Cola must roster? No, he's not. In GPP, I would play him because his upside is higher than anybody else on the slate. A slick GPP move would be like Cole and Clevenger or Cole and Chavez. Custom-made pinky with green light DFS logo. That'd be sick to get the logo on there. For sure. Another good one, Cam. Yes, sir. All right. We're at the end of our time. I got to get back on this slate, keep grinding it out. Let's see if anything interesting's happened on the early slate real quick. The Mets are going crazy. The Mets are going nuts on the early slate, bro. Good luck, y'all. Thank you guys for coming as always. I hope I was able to answer all of your questions, man. I appreciate y'all. Join me again tomorrow, all right? Come join me again tomorrow on the live show at 3:30 p.m. Central on this channel. Hit the subscribe button before you head out. Drop a like before you head out as well. We should have like 100 million likes down there. All right? 100 million likes. Yankees are an interesting stack, by the way. Yes, saw this. Yankees are definitely interesting. I mentioned them for a minute. Chirinos is not a horrible pitcher, so maybe that'll keep their ownership down, but at home, they're always pretty damn good. All right? Thank you guys for joining me, man. I'm about to head on out. Kroger, hit me up, and I'm going to drink your purified water in every video. All right? $1 a day, and I appreciate it. Thanks, y'all, for joining me. Drop a like before you head out, man. Good luck, everybody. Greenlightdfs.com. Join the squad. Let's get it.